Hello and welcome. Today at Outlook we have got with us Srinagar MP and Senior National Conference leader Syed Aga Ruhullah with us. Aga Sahab, welcome to Outlook.
Thank you.
Tell us about recently you stopped your election campaign midway after the death of this Hezbollah leader Syed Nasrullah. How does Syed Nasrullah echo in Kashmir? What is the significance of this Hezbollah leader in Kashmir?
Anyone who is oppressed and understands what oppression is, anyone who stands for the cause of the people of Palestine, and anyone who is oppressed throughout the world understands how Hasan Nasrullah echoes in Jammu and Kashmir and many other parts of the world. We have witnessed a genocide of the people of Palestine. We have witnessed a complete slaughter of generations of people of Palestine. So any resistance that has been offered from the side of the people of Palestine has been from these people, and Hasan Nasrullah has been the backbone of that resistance and has been the hope of the people who were oppressed and who continue to be oppressed. And this is a great damage to the resistance and resistance to the oppression. So out of that respect and with solidarity to the people of Palestine, I called off my campaign.
Okay, coming back to elections, how significant are assembly polls in Jammu and Kashmir right now?
These elections are a way to express our dissent against the decisions taken on August 5, 2019. And these elections are one of the means to stop Kashmir from becoming another Palestine.
Okay.
We are at the verge of becoming one more Palestine.
On the verge, you are saying? On the verge
of becoming
Palestine.
one more Palestine, because the land right, the job right, the identity and the right to maintain the right to religion has been taken away from us.
Okay.
And exactly the way the whole demography, the whole setup of Palestine was changed 75 years ago, same as started in Jammu and Kashmir by the abrogation of 370. So this election is very important in many ways.
Okay. Post August 5, Aga Sahab was saying, 2009 when this abrogation, all these things happened, he was saying that this assembly now has been left akin to a municipality. Right. So today you are campaigning for your party, asking people to vote for your party. Doesn't it reflect your change of stand?
I would have wanted the entire people of entire society of Jammu and Kashmir to reject this assembly. I said that at many occasions that I will not be the part of this assembly. When I said I won't be the part of this assembly, I wanted everyone to reject the status of this assembly. And it's not me alone. It's the entire society, from people to the political establishment. Everyone was and is willing to contest this assembly elections, and for good reasons also. Therefore, it's our responsibility to at least not allow the BJP to take this institution, not allow the BJP to take over the democratically elected assembly. This is our responsibility to at least start from this institution to push back and start the struggle to get back the rights that we have lost in August 2019. If this assembly at least sends a resolution and says that the decisions of 2019 are unacceptable to us, at least that will be a democratic counter to the argument of BJP that 370 was abrogated with the consent of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. So this institution will provide a platform for the people of Jammu and Kashmir to democratically push back and then start the struggle to get back the rights.
This despite when you are saying that this assembly will be a kind of a toothless tiger kind of a thing.
I agree to that. This not this assembly, this administration entirely will not be as strong as it used to be, but at least there will be some, I mean, respite in terms of administration. At the moment, the state is run by the officers who are alien to the society, who are not part of the society, who are not accountable to the society, who are not answerable to the society. That, at least at certain levels, will be replaced by the people who will be elected by the people, who will be connected and accountable to the people. At some levels, there will be a respite. But as I said, in comparison to the earlier assembly, this will be comparatively a toothless tiger. But it has its responsibility, it has its own job, it has its, I mean, it will have the mandate to send that political message. This is more of a political struggle than administrative struggle. So this assembly will have a responsibility to get the strength back that it had, and then start serving the people from the position of strength.
Okay, your colleague, Engineer Rashid, recently told me that your party president, Dr. Farooq Abdullah and Omar Abdullah, already knew about this abrogation kind of thing. So, how do you react to this? Did you had any link about 5 August 2019 that Kashmir special status will be abrogated and all?
As far as my knowledge goes, no one knew about the abrogation of Article 370.
Nobody knew about it?
No, nobody knew about
it. But Rashid told me, Engineer Rashid recently told me, a year before he was called to Delhi by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He had this idea, he got this sniff that Article 370 would be abrogated. And he also told me this, that Dr. Farooq, Dr. Saab, your party president.
At him. If he knew, why didn't he tell the people of Jammu and Kashmir that this thing is going to happen?
But he also said that your party president and Umar Sahab, former Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister, also knew about this.
At least he has accepted about himself.
Okay.
Then he has leveled an allegation against someone else. He will have to, I mean, prove that. In terms of him, it doesn't need to be proved because he himself has accepted it. But in terms of the others, it has to be proved. According to my knowledge, I don't know, I don't have any, information that the National Conference was privy to the, information. We made our guesses, the best guess that we could make before when there was a build-up before August 5. The best guess that we could make was that they are intending to tamper with 35A. That was the best guess. No one could ever imagine that 370 will be abrogated. It was constitutionally not possible.
So you were saying that mainstream was not taken on board by Delhi for this 5 August 2019?
My knowledge goes no. Mainstream was not taken on board, except for Engineer Rashid. As you said, he has himself accepted that he was the person who was called a year ago, a year before the abrogation of Article 370. He should have told the world. Forget about the others. Let's ask the question. We'll pose the question to Dr. Farooq Saab, but at least Engineer Rashid has accepted. Now ask him the question, why didn't he tell?
Would that have saved, do you think, this Article 370 from abrogation and 35A?
We may have tried. At least we may have tried. We may have tried to find means to save Article 370. If I'm not wrong, in some other interview he has also accepted the same thing, and he has gone on in saying that he told, in return, he told Modi that whatever Modi wanted to do, he'll be fine with that. That Engineer Rashid will be fine with that. I don't know whether he has said the same thing to you or not. So that says a lot about, what has happened in that conversation. But in terms of my party, I'm not privy to any information. I don't, as far as my knowledge goes, I don't know this thing has happened. Anyone from our party was called and informed about the abrogation of 370.
Since Engineer Rashid is your colleague, inside Parliament, will you be working with him for the betterment of Jammu and Kashmir?
I'll work with anyone for the betterment of Jammu and Kashmir. But the question is, will he be able to work in the Parliament? He has not been allowed to work in the Parliament since he got elected. He is only on interim bail, and that too, I think, for the campaigning in this election. And this interim bail will come to end after a couple of days.
Will you raise voice for Engineer Rashid inside Parliament?
We have already raised voice for him, but since he is out now on interim bail, he can raise voice for himself also. So he's not addressing those issues. Whenever he addresses those issues, we'll help him.
Okay, Aga Sahab, let's come to back to this question. Center has been claiming that there is absolute normalcy in J&K post 5 August 2019. Is it like that?
Silence is not normalcy.
Okay.
Forced silence is not normalcy.
Is there forced silence?
It's a forced silence.
Okay.
It's a forced silence.
BJP government has been claiming that there have been no killings. You
can ask friends of your from your fraternity if for the last 5-6 years if they reported facts against the ruling regime, they were slapped with PSA, UAPA. That's one example. We have multiple examples of human rights activists being slapped with PSA and UAPA and booked and put under and put in jail. Many journalists intimidated, put in jail. So political activity was completely missing. It was not allowed. There was no political space for dissent. It's only for the parliament election that the political activity was allowed and that some sort of dissent was allowed, that we started. Otherwise, for the last 5 years, nothing was allowed. No fact is being reported. Anyone who tries to report the fact is put in jail. All the newspapers, news houses, media houses that worked from Jammu and Kashmir are taken over and filtered by the regime.
Filtered news is being present in Kashmir?
Yes, it's completely monitored and filtered.
Okay.
There are only few independent journalists and those who come from outside the state dare to put some facts in their reports. And in terms of killings, you have seen Yatris got killed, you have seen many civilians got killed in targeted killings, you have seen many soldiers and men from the security forces got killed, and the number rises, and that too in the area where the militancy was unprecedented. It never happened.
So situation for you is not normal in Kashmir?
It's not normal. In some terms, it's as I said, it's a forced silence.
Forced silence.
Have they addressed the sentiment? No, they have not.
Okay, Aga Sahab, tell me about things. You seem to be only talking, you're striking chord with masses in Kashmir. What different are you doing? What others are not doing in your party? Is it sort of intentional that the kind of politics you are doing right now?
I don't know what others are not doing. I know what I am doing.
I'm talking about your party.
I'm doing the simple thing.
You have in the past 5 years you have turned into a star leader for national conference.
I'm not doing anything extraordinary. I'm just connecting to my people.
How? What are you telling to your people?
Listening to them.
What are they saying?
Understanding their sentiment.
Okay.
And then speaking that sentiment. That's very simple.
What is the sentiment?
Representing their sentiment. And their sentiment is that we do not want to be the second-class citizens of this union. We did not exceed to become the second-class citizens of this union. We acceded to this union on certain terms, and those terms and conditions should be respected and restored. The status to which we have been degraded is completely unacceptable to us. We want to be the masters of our own dignity. That's as simple as it could be.
You have recently said that if your party national conference does not come to the aspirations of the people, if it doesn't fulfill the aspirations of the people, you will not hesitate from leaving the party. You will not hesitate from taking on a different route.
I have been saying this.
What made you say that?
I have been saying this since the opening of this campaigning, and I said it in a context that the people of Jammu and Kashmir, I think at this time, are going to trust national conference with a good mandate. And I asked my party not to, even think about going in alliance with BJP. There's an expectation from the people that we'll stand against the aggression of BJP, stand for the rights of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. I asked them a simple thing. I told them a simple thing, that we should not, go against the expectations of people of Jammu and Kashmir. We should stand for them against BJP. We should never, even think about going with BJP. The mistake that PDP did in 2014 should be a lesson for everyone. That took people of Jammu and Kashmir to the darkest future one could ever imagine. We should not repeat that mistake. We should, come what may, we should stand against BJP, and we should respect the expectations of the people of Jammu and Kashmir.
Is it a guarantee that national conference tomorrow will not go with BJP?
It's a guarantee. It's a guarantee national conference will not go with BJP. And if it goes, it will have to face it.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Aga Sahab, tell us about, do you think the mainstream has let out people of Jammu and Kashmir?
Mainstream has a course correction to do. Mainstream has a lot to learn from many mistakes. I agree.
Do you think your party, National Conference, being the oldest political party in Jammu and Kashmir, has committed some historical blunders?
Many mistakes, I wouldn't say blunders, many mistakes, yes. Like many other political parties, this party has also made some mistakes, willingly or unwillingly. God knows, I don't know, because I was not there at that time. But I can say that there have been mistakes, but I expect them to learn from the mistakes. And as far as my journey, our collective journey post abrogation 2019 goes, I can confidently say that we are on the right course. We are learning from the mistakes of the past.
Okay, as Member of Parliament, have you raised this issue of ban on different organizations like Jamaat-e-Islami, people in jails and all? Have you raised these issues?
I have raised the issue of the men who are in jail. I met Home Minister also, and I tried for it. I'll still continue to try for it, and we'll struggle for it until we secure their release. As far as the ban on many other organizations go, I have not been able to speak in the Parliament about this because I only spoke for 5 minutes, 3 minutes and 2 minutes, I guess. Collectively some 12 minutes I got throughout this session. I didn't get much of the time, so every issue could not be touched. There are many other chances. I'll get time to speak, and I'll utilize that time to raise many issues.
Okay, Aga Sahab, recently, you apologized to Kashmiri Pandits saying, "Hum sharminda hai." Who do you think is responsible for their exodus from Jammu and Kashmir, from Kashmir?
Whoever it is, this society should apologize for the exodus. There is no justification. This society should apologize to that minority. They felt insecure, and they had to face that migration. Now, as far as the responsibility part goes, there are multiple factors which were responsible for this. The hysteria that was on the ground was one of the factors. Some people from that ideology that was ruling the streets at that moment, some people from that ideology helped that hysteria, helped that atmosphere, and then that was capitalized by the administration at that time, the governor at that time. He used that very wickedly and very cleverly to counter the narrative on the streets and to color this struggle with the communal thing. So everyone from administration to some people on the streets, the atmosphere, everyone were responsible. The administration, if they wanted to help the Pandits and make their presence secure in the valley at their homes, they could have.
Don't you think majority community has suffered in this tumult?
In those statements I carried on, I went on saying that more than Pandits, the majority community has also suffered.
Okay.
Majority community got the brunt of that violence, but that doesn't take away from us the responsibility of at least apologizing to the community, those who were in minority and had to migrate from this place. I am not among those who would use excuses for not apologizing to them. We faced the brunt of it. We, majority community, faced the brunt of it. In terms of numbers, the majority community got killed in thousands. Pandits got killed in hundreds. But that's not an excuse. That's not the justification. They had to leave this place, and we should apologize for them. And not only apologize for them, this society should work for their return, and safe and secure return.
We will, Aga Sahab, as an MP and as a senior National Conference leader, work for, to do away with these laws, Public Safety Act, which your party, pioneer, Sheikh Mohammed Abdullah brought. There are other laws, UAP and all, under which people have been jailed in Kashmir, Some of the laws will National Conference, Aga Sahab work
Sheikh
for
Sahab, when he brought this law, I'm told that he had a different intent, and this law itself had a different purpose. This was against the timber smuggling and the illegal activities happening in the forest. the intention of this law was completely different. This was to, I mean, prevent the timber smuggling. But as the time went on, this law got used and misused. National Conference is committed. Omar Abdullah has said it time and again in this campaigning also, that if we are chosen, if we are given the mandate, we'll we'll do away with this law. PSA will not be there anymore, but we need to strengthen the assembly. We need to get back the powers for the assembly, then fulfill these promises. And if we secure that strength in the assembly, and then the assembly gets that power to decide, you will definitely see a day when PSA will not be there in the law.
Thank you. It was a pleasure talking to you, Aga Sahab.
Nice
Thank
talking
you.
to you. Thank you.